What's up, people? What's up? Friday's here. Thank God it's Friday, or thank somebody. So, IOBA. My name is TC. So, what I want to talk about today, take y'all into the weekend with this. What I want to talk about is that shit that went down in New York City on the subway. Now, apparently, and y'all know, before I get started on my diatribe, I'm going to tell you right now, I kind of speak in an everyday man type of vernacular, all right? Trust and believe. You're going to get it, straight with no motherfucking bullshit up in it. And it's going to be in a language that the people I'm talking to can clearly understand. So, New York City. A young brother having a mental health crisis on the subway. Having a mental health crisis on the subway. Now, this is a brother that had been out there. They knew who this cat was from all the shit I'm gathering. They, people in the area who ride the subway every day, they knew who this kid was. Used to do Michael Jackson impressions or something like that. I remember back in the day, people used to do Michael Jackson impressions all the time. I guess you can see people still doing that shit. Anyway, that's what he was. So he was a skinny little dude, thin little guy. And from the pictures I saw, he was handsome like Michael Jackson was back before he turned white or whatever happened to the brother. I don't know, but back in the 80s Michael Jackson. So he having this mental health crisis, and from what I gather, he's also on the autism spectrum, so he's autistic. But he's also homeless. He's also unemployed. He's had nothing to eat, had nothing to drink. He feel like, he had the end of the line. So he's having this meltdown, and he starts to act out. We call it having, in my line of work, we call it having a behavior. So he's having a undesirable behavior, less than desirable behavior. So we deal with it. We got procedures that we go through, and we deal with it. We are mental health professionals. So this young man is having that kind of a issue. And he's not attacking anybody. He's loud. He's all over the place at once. So somebody who want to play Super Cracka gonna come to the rescue because he making the other passengers scared with his behavior. He's making the other passengers afraid with his behavior. And so the Super Cracka, figure he gonna subdue this man or something, and he puts him in a chokehold. And 2 or 3 more individuals, they want to play Super Cracka too, even though one of them wasn't really a cracker. They help subdue the brother. We're talking about a dude who weighed 140 pounds, soaking wet with rocks in his pocket. One guy's holding his hands, the other motherfucker got him in a chokehold, and then there's another dude on the side kind of pulling on him or whatever, from what I could see in the clip. But you had one dude restraining his hands and one dude choking the shit out of this autistic man who weighs 140 pounds. And he choked him so hard until he killed him. And the man who was choking him is an ex-Marine. A trained killer. And instead of somebody investigating this fucking murder, which is what it was, they trying to make the motherfucking killer into a hero. They're trying to make the killer into a hero. That to me says how little black life matters in this country. Because if that was a white man laying on the ground getting choked out by some ex-Marine brother, he'd have been in jail, and anybody who helped would have been in jail, and anybody who looked and didn't do nothing would have been in jail. If that was a white man laying there getting choked out. And everybody know that. Ain't nowhere in the fucking United States you can go and that's acceptable if it's a white man getting choked. But if it's a black man getting choked out, yeah, choke him out and then we'll deal with it later. We ain't gonna take you to jail now. And that's what's happening. That's how little black life is valued in this country. When people began saying Black Lives Matter, that's what the fuck they was talking about. Not what it morphed into and turned into and got co-opted into. Black Lives Matter, I mean. But that is what Black Lives Matter was supposed to be fighting against, that type of shit. But I'm going to tell you this here. I mean, because the name of the victim and the name of the killer, that shit's already out there. That shit's already out there. You could go to, the Tariq Nasheed and other news outlets, and they'll have the name of the killer and the murderer. They may even have the name of the guy that was holding his hands and the other motherfucker too. They may have all the names out there, but I ain't got them right now. Go check the video. I want to keep this one short because I got some shit I got to do. But go check the video. I don't give a fuck who you is and what you think you doing. You don't get no vigilante rights, and never do you get up out your fucking seat and go choke somebody until they die. You don't do that, especially if dude is unarmed. He's not harming anybody physically. All he doing is having a goddamn mental health crisis. Just move the fuck away from him. Just move away from him. He's not going to come towards you. I'm telling you, I deal with these kinds of things all the time with guys that are much bigger than the guy that they choked out. That's my job. Dealing with kids, with young men with autism who have emotional and behavioral disabilities, EBD. So we never even thought about choking anybody or any of that shit. We all have to get certifications, takedown procedures, things of that nature. But we not ex-Marines trained to kill anything that moves. And this motherfucking coon, the guy that was holding his hands, they're saying he was an immigrant. But either way, he's a coon. Whether he was an immigrant or not, he's still a coon. Stay the fuck out of it. He held the young man's hands, and he couldn't even defend himself while this fucking dude was choked him to death. That's what the autopsy report said. Pressure on he choked him to death. Too many white people are going to see that shit or have seen it. A lot of them are applauding that motherfucking cracker that did that shit. But let me tell you something. You can take this any kind of way you want to take it. But if you run up on the wrong motherfucking brother, you're going to get your ass torn out of its frame. You're going to get your ass whooped, your feelings hurt, and your money took. Don't go trying to play motherfucking vigilante and run up in the wrong brother's face, because you're going to get your motherfucking teeth knocked out. And that is usually how these things turn out. It's like motherfuckers mad because they can't say the N-word. They can't say nigga. But every time they say nigga in the front of a black person, they get their motherfucking ass whooped. Every time they say nigga, they get a warning. Say it one more time. And the motherfucker said, and he get his ass whooped. And it ain't like they ain't been warned. It's the same situation with this. You watch a motherfucker like this white boy choke this brother out, and it emboldens people to think that they can do it too. Okay, go for it. Because having a mental breakdown or having an episode does not call for you to play vigilante and jump up and grab nobody by their throat and choke them until they die. You and everybody that helped you needs to go to jail. When you see some shit like that, there needs to be some mental health professionals that can be called, not the fucking police, to deal with that. When things like that happen, there needs to be some mental health professionals that we can call that can deal with a mental breakdown like that. The man was asking for something to eat. The man was desperate. The man had come to a point in his life where he didn't know what direction to turn in. And he had autism. No home. He said something like, I'd rather be in jail. It'd be better to be in jail than to be living like this. Words to that effect. He was hungry. He was thirsty. Rather than get a brother, offer the brother $5 to go buy a meal, you choke him to death. That's the kind of country we live in. That's the kind of country that America has devolved to. So take that with you into the weekend. Walk around thinking about what kind of country this really is and what we're going to do about it. What the fuck we're going to do about it. Because we as black people, we got to harden up. We as black people, we got to harden up because people can't be coming at us like this. We got to take a goddamn defensive posture. We really do. And some justice need to be done for that boy. Somehow, some way, some justice need to be done for that boy. Because these types of things can't be allowed to just go on. Because we're going to be getting attacked from every goddamn where, every direction. We already are in, so many in so many other different ways. We already getting attacked from all directions in so many other ways. But when they start getting blatantly physical, we got to start taking a Malcolm X type of business model. That's what we're looking at. No more soft targets. No more fucking soft targets. Nope, we got to take care of our seniors. We got to take care of our mentally disabled. If you out there and you see something going on, man, hey, step in some kind of way. Say something. If you can't say nothing, don't fucking help. Don't help the cracker. If you're going to help somebody, help try to defuse the situation. But don't help the cracker. Oh, my God. And all of the white people, they jump right on code. All the white people jump on code. So we have to jump on code as well, just as hard. We, ADOS, have to jump on code as well. ADOS and all the black people who have come to this country that understand the situation, they need to jump on code as well. A lot of them coons, they can do what they're going to do. But all of the black Americans, ADOS, FBA, freedmen, whatever you want to call us, all the Caribbean brothers and all of the African brothers and sisters who understand the struggle, the real down-to-earth struggle, need to get on code as well. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. And we got to understand certain battles we fight together, and certain battles we have to take care of on our own. For example, before I close out, reparations, I'm going to keep hammering that. every black person who either got colonized or enslaved is owed reparations. We have to fight these fights individually. We have to fight to get the black American slaves squared away so we could get that ball rolling for everyone else. Because that's what happened. Because in 2016, when we first started getting real aggressive about talking about reparations, nobody didn't want to hear it. I know because I've been all down in the Caribbean talking about it, and they told me it would never happen. But now everybody trying to get their bag from the people who colonized them and enslaved them. And that all came straight out of ADOS, FBA, multi-generational black Americans struggling and speaking up about what is owed to us. And now, fast forward to 2023, and it looked like the table might be shifting a little bit. Everybody jumping on it. Just know where it came from and know who started the motherfucking push. Just know where it came from and who started the push. Because like I said, I promise you, I was down there and motherfuckers was telling me that we need to even stop even talking about it. I was like, no, you don't stop talking about it. You keep hammering it in their face. And eventually, everybody going to be talking about it. It don't take a couple of years. It may take a decade, it may take 2 decades. But you keep talking about it because the more time passes, the more that bill runs up. But anyway. That's it for now, y'all. I done already ran long. But fuck that vigilantism. Fuck them vigilantes. If they come in your way, if they come towards you, if they get in your space, you gotta do what you gotta do. No more fucking soft targets. That's it for now, y'all. I'm heading to this weekend. Don't forget to hit that goddamn subscribe button. I'm creeping up there 1, 2 at a time. Okay, I want to keep my number tight because I don't need all of the drama that come with having this big ass channel and so many expectations. I like posting a video when I want to post and talking about what I want to talk about. And the people that want to hear it, I'm right here. That's it. I'm done. Y'all have a good one. Peace.